What up, dude bros? I'm Frank. This is a video review of the Nerf Mega Megalodon. This is a spring-powered 20-round cylinder-fed blaster in the Mega series. Quite a bit of firepower in a pretty small package. Fun blaster. Let's get into the review. Included is the blaster with the cylinder detached, mega darts, and the instructions. Installing the cylinder is very simple. It snaps into place, but this is not designed to be tactically removed. It comes disassembled for shipping purposes. External overview of the blaster, starting up at the front. Of course, being a Mega Blaster, there's no in-strike attachment lug, but above that is a sling mount, which corresponds with the rear sling mount, and there's also another one in the handle, which I'll get to in my opinion. That's awesome. Behind the muzzle is the cylinder. This is a 20-round cylinder, which is pretty high capacity, especially for a Mega Blaster. It's certainly the largest component of the blaster, but it's not a waste of space. These darts are very close to each other with very little dead space between the darts. It's relatively compact. And like most cylinders, you can front load, so you just slide in your darts like this. And again, 20 rounds is the capacity, which is pretty high capacity. And to restate, the cylinder is detached for shipping purposes, but once you snap it into place, it's not meant to be tactically removable like a detachable box magazine. It's in there for good. Although technically, if you pull hard enough, I'm sure you could get it out. Up top is the priming handle, this gray boomerang looking piece right here. It's a spring-powered blaster, but it's kind of a ratchet priming system. So to prime, you pull back and push forward. The prime weight is surprisingly light, and it's a pretty smooth action. I wouldn't say it's that much different than using like a strong arm or a retaliator or another top prime, but the ratchet system is unique. It's pretty fun. And the orange bit of the priming handle, this thing spins freely, so when you're priming and the blaster is reorienting itself, it all slides, making priming very easy to go fast. And you know me, I gotta go fast. So that is the priming handle. It works well, you just have to get used to it, and it is a little weird. It's not like a classic strong arm, but you get used to it pretty fast, and it's fun. Right below the priming handle are two sights. You have front sight, rear sight for classic, iron sight lineup. There's no in-strike tactical rail up here or anywhere on the blaster. Of course, if you had a rail there and you put any type of attachment there, you'd have a bad time. You'd smash your fingers into it. I'm usually all about the rails, but for this blaster and its intended purpose, or how I think people are going to use it, you probably wouldn't want to attach anything to it anyways. Did I seriously just say that out loud? Last episode I said, maybe you don't need a flywheel blaster. Now I say you don't need rails. Who am I turning into? It's the Hawaiian shirts. Moving on, just want to acknowledge this little piece of plastic just to point out it doesn't do anything. It's just a piece of molded plastic. Surprised me because it totally looks like a priming handle off of like a rough cut, but it doesn't do anything, and it's kind of a weird place to hold your hand, so I think it's just for the style points. Moving back to the trigger pull is pretty normal. This blaster does have slam fire, which makes it super fun to just blow off 20 mega darts really fast. Slam fire, of course, is when you hold down the trigger, when you prime, and the priming handle hits the forward position and automatically fires. So you can go really fast, which is awesome. And behind the trigger is the grip. This is a pretty comfortable grip. I'm an adult with a large hand, but this is comfortable, and it's certainly not going to alienate a small hand because this distance is pretty small. It's a thin grip, but I think it'll work with pretty much any hand. Which surprises me because they make a lot of the Mega Blaster grips like uncomfortably small for some reason. This one's pretty proportional to like regular Nerf blasters. That doesn't make any sense. It's comfortable for everybody. Boom, done. And below the grip, there's another sling mount, so there are 3 total. I'll mention this one in my opinion. That is the overview on the Mega Megalodon. Now I'll show you it firing. Shooting regular Nerf Mega darts, the ones that were included with the blaster. And now using lace slam fire by holding down the trigger. That is so much fun. Now shooting Nerf Mega AccuStrike darts for a bit more precision. However, I don't actually own 20 of these darts intact. My cat destroyed a bunch of them, so here's less than 20. Operating the Mega Megalodon is super fun. This is such a compact beast of a blaster for a Mega Blaster. I personally don't use Mega Blasters all that often because I don't play any game types that give an advantage to Mega, so I'd rather use Elite, because given the same amount of space, like if you had a drum this big, you could probably hold 40 Elite darts instead of just 20 Mega. Maybe 30, maybe 35, I don't know, but you'd hold more Elite in the same space. But it's a blast to use in single fire, but mostly just slam fire, because it's kind of designed to use from the hip. You can't really hold it like a pistol like this. It's just a weird balanced blaster. So if you fire from the hip and just go and slam fire away, it's a blast. And I really think that's what it's intended to be used for. Maybe not a primary, but I think it makes an excellent secondary for certain game types. And I did not experience any jams or malfunctions in my testing procedure, so solid usage. Although it shoots a little slow, so to compare this to other Mega Blasters on the market, I put it up on my chronograph and I only achieved an average velocity of 57 feet per second, which is considerably below the other Mega Blasters on the market right now. The other Mega Blasters shoot between 70 and 80 FPS. 57 is quite low. So that is all of the objective information I can provide on the Mega Megalodon. Now to my personal opinion. Overall, I like this blaster quite a bit. It does a very good job. It's specifically what it is trying to do. I would not use it as a primary. I would not use it in every round, but for that right game type, it is the best secondary you can have if you need to shoot Mega Darts at something or someone. Some game types add extra points to missiles or to Mega Darts instead of just Elite Darts. So if you're firing in one of those rounds, this is a great thing to have slung on your side. So as a secondary, I think this would be awesome to run a simple 1-point sling attached to the grip sling mount like this, so it's around my shoulder. I'd put it over both arms, but I'd screw up my lav mic, sorry. Then run around with my normal primary shooting Elite Darts. I'll review this blaster next week, BT dubs. Then that special NPC comes along, or that one objective that you have to shoot Mega Darts. You can whip this out and just go ham on somebody and shoot 20 Mega Darts. That's high capacity, it's very compact relative to its capacity, and I think that's pretty much the best use of the Mega Megalodon. I personally don't use Mega Blasters at all as my primary. I prefer Elite Darts. But for that specialty role, I believe a lot of HVZers are going to really dig this. It's small, compact, it's easy to sling. I mean, it's pretty compact for the firepower that it provides. 20 Mega Darts that you can slam fire off super fast is a pretty powerful package. This is probably the most battle effective Mega Blaster that I've had my hands on. I like it a lot, and if I am going to use a Mega Blaster, this is probably going to be it. Which is really saying something because there's not a single tactical rail on here. So overall, definitely a positive opinion on the Mega Megalodon. The performance, the firing velocity is a little slow, but considering you can slam fire off 20 rounds, I don't see that as a big hindrance to this package. And again, I wouldn't use it as a primary, and in my opinion, that's when firing velocity really comes into play. When you're constantly shooting slower than somebody, it's annoying because their darts are hitting you before your darts even get to them, which is obnoxious. But as a secondary, when you whip it out and you just spray somebody with 20 darts, if it's shooting 10 FPS slow, no big deal. You just shot 20 Mega Darts at somebody. So it's not for everybody, and I want to make that clear, but overall, definitely a positive opinion. And if you think it'll fit your playstyle, especially if you're a bigger dude and you can manage to have this on your sling, like thrown over your hip, definitely an awesome package. So that concludes my review and opinion on the Mega Megalodon. If you're interested in purchasing one, I'll put a buy link in the description box below. That's it for this video review. Thanks so much for watching, bros, and as always, stay tactical.